Hey guys, Lily and Obsidian here, and today we are going to be doing sewing, in particular, sewing a doll's skirt from these things. So let's get into it. So, what we have here today is some scissors. We have some elastic to so the skirt can stretch and actually get on the doll. And we are going to use this. We're going to use this material. It's a pink star one, and I think it will be big enough. So, we also have some chalk to get this out. We have some blue tailor's chalk, and we have some hot pink thread. We have a needle that I can poke you with. So yeah, we have a needle and some pins, and also some safety pins.
What am I doing?
So let's just put them back in the case. And let's just put this in here. And we also have some more pins. And we also have a stencil for a skirt as well. For the camera. Okay, so I'll see you when actually there is this ruler as well. So I'll see you when we start. So the first step here is to get our what's it called? Material. I always forget. And we can open it up. Covers my face. Covers the whole camera. Okay. Okay, so let's put this down here. And we can get our we can get this up here and get the stencil and just trace around it. So we can make a straight line here, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I've done one, and let's just flip it over, and
surrounded by other alcoholics and stuff. But it was just
cut
Sarah went to see a couple of places they tried to put it in, and just didn't help. They were just awful. Nothing to do except hang around with the other alcoholics.
Just
so,
like so.
Yeah, and but he works. He's got a trade. It's glazing or something.
And see you when
whether it was completely with his knowledge or not,
everything is. So we have our two cut out, and the next step here is to pin one piece on top of the other with the good sides of the fabric together. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of our pins here, just open it up if I ever can. There you go. And get out two pins. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the fabric pieces together like that with the good sides up, and try and make it a bit even. There we go. And we're gonna pin them together. So let's poke that through, and then poke that through here, and we pinned that together. And we're going to do the same with the other one. This one's a little bent. Let's get the blue one instead. Let's prick myself. I pricked myself again. Okay, so again we're going to poke it through. And we're going to poke it through this side. And then we just pull the edges, and we have pinned them. So what we're going to do now, it's not in the steps, but just so it's a bit even, we're just going to carefully cut the edges so we can just sew it a bit easier. Just cut, and I'll see you, and you'll see me when we're on to the next. Okay, so now we have it decent. Now we have it decently even, cut. I've cut all these little strips so that we can do something. And talking about doing something, just get our book of words here and read step 3, which is sew both sides of the skirt together using a whip stitch. Okay, so before I just leave you and say, alright guys, I'll see you when I'm done, because I do a lot of that. If you don't know how to do a whip stitch, whip stitch. If you don't know how to do a whip stitch, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a quick tutorial. So if you already know how to do a whip stitch, you can skip it if you want, but this is how to do a quick whip stitch. Okay, tutorial mode. We're going to get our thread, and you can get thread, cheaters, well, not really cheaters, but thread machines. And now you want your thread to be as long as your 2 arms. If you're going to do a single thread, just do it up to your arm, up to 1 arm, but we're going to do a double thread so it stays nice and strong. So we are going to stretch out our arms, drop the thread, and get the right amount of thread. Do it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our scissors, and we're going to cut it right here. I almost cut my thumb, but yeah, I'm going to cut it here and just put it in the needle here. So if your thread is a bit, I don't know, stringy, you can just like lick it, or you can just cut off the stringy bit and Yeah, but I normally just lick it, and then it should go through perfectly. And there you go, you have your needle on your thread, as you can see here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your two ends and just put them together like this, and you can do a knot. Now I don't know how to do knots, so I've got my dad that can do it. So yep, I'll see you when I've done my knot. So I've got my knot done, and I am just going to do a whip stitch. Now I said, if you don't know how to do a whip stitch, I'm just going to teach you here. So, come a bit close. Okay, so what we're going to do first is it says sew both sides of the skirt together. So what you want to do is find your pins and get the long side down. And what you're going to do is you're going to poke the needle through. Now, if you're young, I suggest you get an adult to do this, because this needle is very sharp, and if you prick yourself with it, I don't think you're going to be very happy. So remember, you're always safe around a needle and don't get pricked. So yep, once you've poked your first needle through, the first needle is always the hardest, by the way, but you're just going to pull it through until your knot stops it. So now what you're going to do is, instead of do a running stitch and poke your needle through the same side, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over and do a poke right next to that one.
Daddy?
Yes.
And it should go up.
What I'm attempting to do right now is make
And just pull it through.
You know what time makes sort of a case,
and
like a bag.
So you have to strengthen it. And there you go. There is your whip stitch. Now, end of tutorial mode. Let's get serious now. So, as you're doing that, this is going to take me a long time if I do it on camera, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to say or something. So, yep, I'll see you when it's time for the next step. Other side. Okay, so we have sewn the sides of the skirt, and I think it looks pretty good, especially with the pink stars, pink thread. And okay, the next step is time. So, step 5. Time for the waistband. Fold the top down 1 inch all the way around, and pin it in place. The good side of the fabric should face out. So, I think it's talking about the top. Yeah, it's talking about the top. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find our ruler and find an inch. Okay, so here we are. Okay, just trying to get an inch. Okay, should be something like this, I think. No, a little bit small. There we go. Flat as well, not curved. Just that, there we go. Okay, so now we have to pin it down with a pin and do the same with the other side. So pin that and go. We've got it on one side. I actually think I need another pin and pin this bit down. There we go. So we've got our waistband for this side. Now we're going to do it for the other side as well. Sure, that'll be alright. So let's get a blue pin and just pin that, and then get another pin. Pricked me. Let's just get these two, pop it back in there, and get one of these, and it keeps pinning other things. Okay, so got the hem, or a waistband on both sides, and the good part is sticking out. So the next step is sew a running stitch along the bottom of the waistband to make a casing. Start sewing at one side of the seams. Leave a 2-inch opening. Okay, so I think what it means is for the hem, I don't really know what it means, so I'm just going to ask my dad if he knows, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let me just repin this pin so it's not sideways. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sew along the bottom, but not the sides, because that's where the elastic's going to go. So we're going to make a hem. So we're going to get our thread and just sew a running stitch along, being careful not to sew the inside, because that's where the doll's legs are going to go. So I think this is going to be pretty hard, but I think I can do it. So I'll tell you when I've done it. Okay, so I've done both of them. I've done both of the sides, and I think they actually look pretty good. So let's just go to the next step, and here we are. Use a safety pin to push the elastic through the casing. So I think what it means is get some elastic. I can't remember how much you need. Hold on. You need 18 inches long. So if I put this down here and I can get my elastic, I'm going to put a decent amount away, and let's get my ruler. And I'm going to see if I need 18 inches long. So I'm going to do the end of it at 18 inches. And then I'm going to do it non-stretch. And I think that's about it. So if I just cut here, there we go. The elastic. I'll just pin the elastic back up so it doesn't go everywhere and we lose it. I've just got the pin. Okay, so there we go. Put that here for a second. And we've got our elastic. Let's see how long it can get. Wait. Okay. So this is how long it is gradually. It's nearly as long as my tongue.
6 weeks of normal shifts.
It actually is. That's pretty cool. Okay. So it says use a safety pin to push the elastic through the casing. So I think what it means is we get our elastic and we have to poke this through here. I think. I don't see how a safety pin would help it.
I have to put it on.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know, so try this.
Is it?
Yeah.
A bit more then.
No, I don't think so. Actually, maybe if I get the pencil
Oh yeah, I know what you mean now.
and just keep doing that, it should
Tiny bit strong.
get the elastic to go through. Yeah? Or no?
Good. I love it.
Where's the lid?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just look. Yeah, it got it to about here. So I think if I go, where did it get it to? About here. Oh, there, I see it.
Close that page down.
Okay, so
Big X with the red X.
just get. Oh, come on.
It is. I know
Scissors.
Who doesn't want macaroni cheese for tea?
We just have to get this
Remember the answer, I guess.
roof here, and there you go. There we go. Okay, so that is there. Okay, pushed it through. Now what do we need to do? I don't know. Let me go ask my dad. So, what I have to do is I have to get my needle, and so this bit
I
of
would stitch at the other end first, make it secure.
elastic, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that first. So, what I have to do is I have to get my excess thread, and I'm gonna have to sort of scrunch it up, so, and then make it really tight. So I thread it through there and then make it really tight so it can elasticate. Not really sure how it's going to, but I think it will.
Well, I'm not going to be free until you start to eat, darling.
So,
any needles threading, you need to ask me.
yeah.
I thought you were on the computer now, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you still sewing?
no.
So I'll
Yeah. I need them to so my
push
arms and milestone, which are right here.
this
And I
through
also need to fix up their
here.
toes.
Need to do
Right.
a quick pencil.
I can help you with it.
You've already got thread in there, so have you finished? Have you sewn up the hole?
I'm
the big
gonna
hole
put
where you stuff it.
the elastic
Right.
down and then
So,
a pencil,
Finish off the
and then
stitch with a
I'm
couple
just
of-
gonna
Yeah.
stuff
You know
just to
how
lock
to
it.
pencil down. It should work.
And then you can still use the same thread to finish off the holes. That
Yes
are,
or no?
the gaps that you've got.
Okay, but you also need a knot for that, don't you?
I'll sort
Well,
it
maybe you
out.
can do it.
Yeah, it sort of worked.
Buttons, Martha.
Okay, I'm going to
that
do
I
it
should have
again,
done on before we,
I'm sorry.
and it should do
We
something.
can still do it, can't we?
yes.
Okay.
Mum, we're gonna do those
Yeah, there we
after.
go.
These after.
Oh, my stitching is terrible today.
Aww.
Okay. So there we go. That's it. I think I need to make that really like scrunched. So then it will elasticate. I think so. I think just to cut it here, and that should work.
Okay, well, we might not get it done.
There we go. So let's just stretch that a bit, and then we can sew that onto there, so that elasticates. I don't know. Let's thread it as much as we can. Why is that super small now? Oh, Bob threaded it all the way through again. Okay. Guess I'll tell you when I've done something decent. Okay, so I've actually made some progress and done this so that it's sort of riffly and it can stretch. So I think the last step is to turn it the other way, so the good side is on the outside, and There you go.
Hey Tiana, look at this.
Okay,
What is
so
Ooh,
that's
it
the
actually
pretty
looks
skirt
really cool. Yeah.
that I've
It
made,
looks
and it's
like a
actually
goose
really
stuck
nice.
inside the box.
So just get my doll here.
Yes, we're having fun. You know what you're looking
It's
at?
actually a honey girl that you can get
Well,
from
that's-
Build-A-Bear. I don't know
this
if you can get
is
it
What's all that stuff
anywhere
inside
else.
it? This is
But
what's inside our body. This is really
here
cool.
is
Those are
my
all the organs.
doll
So I have
Tegan.
that inside me.
And
Yeah,
as I said, she's a honey girl,
what are they called?
and I'm just
Teacher?
going
Well, this is a lung. This helps us
to
breathe.
see
I know, but why
if
are
the
there two
skirt
of them?
fits her.
Because you need a
If
lot
it
of
doesn't,
so
I'll
you need two of
find
them.
one of my other
So
toys to
is
put it
that
on.
how I breathe?
But I think it'll look really
Ooh,
cute
and that red
on
thing
Tegan.
behind it, that's our
It
heart
just
that
might
pumps the
need
blood.
a tail hole.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what's that big pinky thing over there? You mean this?
Let's
That's a liver, and
just
whatever you eat, it goes through there. It's very important. Ooh, wow, that's so incredibly cool. Yeah, so when you eat food, it goes through you from here,
There we
and
go.
intestines, and then you need to go to the mouth. Whoa, those
Let's
are
just push
cool.
it up.
It's like a slide
And
where the food goes down, right? It's cool. And but wait, what is it? What is that? It looks like a fish bone. Well, fish and other animals have it too. Really? This is the rib cage. It keeps all your organs protected.
Okay,
You want to put it on? Yes, I want to put it on.
sorry if I'm being silent a little bit.
Way,
Just need to try get this skirt on.
Okay, I think I have it. Click it in.
And
Yay, I did it! How it protects everything. I can't believe that. Oh
put it
my
down.
God. Wow.
And there we go. Looks cute, doesn't it? Looks really cute. Look,
There's so many pictures.
it's amazing.
I want to start too.
Okay, so this is all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed me sewing this beautiful skirt. And yep, if you liked it, please do like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. So for now, Lillian Obsidian is out. Goodbye.